Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Jason Frausto for TennisUnleashed.net. And in this video, I'm going to show you one tactic that Diego Schwartzman used to beat Rafael Nadal on clay. Coming up. All right, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump into the first point. We're going to show you the tactic that Schwartzman used to beat Nadal on clay. One of the things he used, zone 5 here, returning serve against Nadal, hitting his serve over here. Let's let this play out. First serve down the tee. He's got Schwartzman stretched and reaching from zone 5, right? Looks like a really weak position. Nadal can probably expect a really weak return on this side. He gets a really weak return. It lands in zone 2, and it's sitting up. Gives an opportunity to take a forehand here, which we know Nadal loves to hit a forehand on his first shot in the rally, okay? Moves Schwartzman down the line, gets aggressive. Schwartzman covers. And to Schwartzman's credit, one of the things he was able to do, and a lot of players that beat Nadal can do this, they can neutralize Nadal's forehand with their backhand and the quality of their backhand. Not by just hitting, clean winners. That's really not how Schwartzman beat him, but by getting good depth and good pace. And he did it right there, right? He counters Nadal and does damage to Nadal from a pretty tough spot with really good depth up the middle. Nadal hooks it. Schwartzman starts banging with him back and forth a little bit here, changes direction. And just one other thing before we kind of let the point play out. We've got this red area here and these green circles. The red area is the small target area. That's 2 or less feet from the single sideline. Those are riskier shots, okay? Anything that's a green dot then in the rallies, those balls are landing in the big target area, and those are balls that are a lot safer to play. So you can see mostly green dots in most points. As it plays out, you can see Nadal delivers some damage here. He hurts Schwartzman with basically, I consider this to be Nadal's favorite shot besides that high ball to the backhand, and that's his down the line forehand. He does this all the time to really do damage to his opponents, and Schwartzman's no different. He got Schwartzman off the baseline here in zone 4, changed direction, and forced Schwartzman into zone 5 to receive this forehand, which is the deepest part of the court. It's not where we typically want to be, but Schwartzman played really well out of this position. Now, this is the tactic right here that we want to talk about, and it's hitting behind your opponent. So what do we see here? We see at contact, Schwartzman, we're not exactly sure where he's going to go at this point, but Nadal is going this way. Nadal thinks Schwartzman going cross court because he's damaged him or he's hurt him with his shot. And that would be the high percentage play to do that, would take this ball and for Schwartzman to go cross. But one of the best things you can do against a really good mover is not hit to that open court. It's actually to hit behind them. And the reason I say this, and Jason, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you hit behind somebody who moves really fast? Guys who move really well, like Nadal, they're good anticipators, but they can usually rely on their great footwork. Let's say Nadal goes this way and guesses wrong. They can usually rely on that to go back if they need to go back and recover the other way. And that's what Nadal does a lot of the time. He'll guess a direction so he can get aggressive on the next shot, but then sometimes you're able to wrong foot him. And that's what Schwartzman does. Schwartzman's smart though. He goes behind Nadal and he hits it big with a lot of pace. And that lets him end the point. If you go behind him big, they don't have the time to get back to hit that ball. And that's what happens to Nadal here. He doesn't have the time to go back and get that ball. If the ball was hit slower or loopier, Nadal could take this, recover, and go over and retrieve that ball. But because Schwartzman hit behind him with big pace, he couldn't recover and do that, okay? So that's one of the most effective tactics that you can use against a good mover. Good movers don't just move fast, they anticipate and they guess a lot where the ball is gonna go. All right, so let's jump into the second point now. This time we've got Nadal receiving on the near side from zone 5. We've got Schwartzman serving up top here, so let's see how this plays out. Up the tee, weak return. Schwartzman takes it, but hits a little bit short here. And what do we have? We have exactly what we talked about before. Nadal loving to take his forehand down the line and do damage and hurt his opponent with that. It's a huge shot for him. He uses it so much to hurt guys, righties, to their forehands. What does Schwartzman do here? Exactly what he did in the last point. He's on the run, right? He's moving quickly. And look what Nadal's doing. Look at the footwork trail that we have Nadal. He's going this way before Schwartzman even hits. He's taken 3 or 4, feet of movement to this side before Schwartzman even contacts the ball, because he's anticipating what Schwartzman's going to do. He doesn't actually know. He's just anticipating what he thinks is going to happen, right? And that's what most great movers do. By the time Nadal lands, Schwartzman's ball is getting close to the net at this point as far as where it is in the court. So Schwartzman goes down the line, hits behind Nadal, and what's the result of hitting behind him? He does some significant damage. He doesn't hit a winner, but he's got Nadal in such a bad position that he has to hit a really defensive ball. Schwartzman comes up and finishes it up. Okay, so let's go back just for 1 second. There's the return. Relatively weak backhand. Anytime Nadal gets a ball that's shorter in the court, he's going to change direction and get aggressive against you, okay? Schwartzman goes behind Nadal, wrong foots him completely. Nadal's going this way, and it's a highly effective tactic when you get aggressive with it, not when you loop it, but get aggressive, and then you can finish the person off. And just remember, this is a tactic that you can use at the recreational level against somebody who moves really well. You don't have to hit a small target. You can still hit a big target as long as you hit it with good pace against a good mover. If you found this video helpful, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. I'm Jason Frausto for TennisUnleashed.net. We'll see you next time.